Why are you tickling my foot? I'm also a weak-ass, pussy-ass bitch. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie, and today we are back with another dun-dun mukbang! Woo! Guys, I specifically did not put on any lipstick this morning because this is about to be a fire-burning, real-life...
Natural?
Well, I put it on earlier this morning, but it's been like hours. You know what I mean? So I'm all natural. I don't even have mascara, foundation, or fake lashes on. I swear. I woke up like this, but I usually reapply before I film, and not today, sis, because this is going to ruin my lips, my soul, my intestines, and my booty hole. But I have been dying to try it because everybody and their mother has been trying it, and I'm like, how bad could it be? Says the bits who can't even take the regular one. So if you guys haven't heard of this, it is the Hek Pulda Pokemon, and I thought it was honestly just the regular one, just different packaging. I was like, you know what, Samyang, you doing me dirty. You trying to pay me, you trying to make me pay extra for some new packaging. But apparently it's spicier.
Why are they
and
so
it's
small?
a mini version. So we have 10 packs of them, which I feel like is more like 5 regular packs.
So this is even worse than double nuclear?
Oh, let me look it up. I feel like I should have done this research prior to the video, but just like hold on to your tits, okay guys? 2 times spicy has a shoot of 8,800 something.
No way. So this is 3 times plus.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then the regular one is apparently 4,500. So this is
12,000.
3 times. Yeah, 12,000. Oh.
And does spice work like that? Work as 1 plus 1? You know, sometimes every level you go beyond that spice level, it's much more painful.
I heard it's much more painful for spices. That's what I heard, but I'm also a weak-ass, pussy-ass bitch.
At least we got rice this time?
Yeah, we have rice this time. And you guys know,
kimchi?
anytime I bring out rice, that means it's really spicy because I'm not a big rice fan.
Going to a big bite?
God, I'm mixing it with rice. I'm cheating, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That's not cool. That's not okay.
Wow.
Oh, my God. Okay, I'm going to take a regular bite without rice.
Wow. Flavor is very good, as always.
I don't know why I'm going balls deep.
Wow.
My ears are popping. My ears are popping. My ears are popping. Honey.
Rice is helping a lot.
Honey, I need something.
Eat rice.
Oh my God, rice isn't helping. It's really bad.
Whoa.
I feel like...
Is this worse than the ghost pepper? No, right? Similar? Honey! Where are you going? She's drinking water out of sink right now.
What the hell is going on? So I know most of you guys come for my stories and not the food, so I'm just gonna use that as an excuse, but also I really cannot like casually eat this and tell a bomb-ass story and just talk about life and just really enjoy myself right now. I feel like my intestines are on fire. I need to call the fire department. I need to have naked fire department met. I need to have my naked fiance come put out this fire. I don't know how to describe it. My stomach is acidic and I don't know what happens to me, but every night I get a good night's rest. I sleep for 8 hours and I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I can do anything at this point. I am a girl boss and I'm not. I'm a weak ass bits, and I'm sorry, but we're gonna be making some cheddar cheese spicy ramen because that's gonna be today's meal. And we're back. I curled 2 pieces of my hair. I made 5 packs of cheddar cheese ramen, and I put on, do you guys see this? Can you see this? It's strawberry milk. It's strawberry milk. I put on strawberry milk earrings.
I need some strawberry milk
I think I need some strawberry, yeah. I need
Yeah.
some banana milk. Also, your entire face is red. It's kind of cute, actually. Okay, so we're just gonna get into the ramen. I feel like I'm just starting the mukbang, and I'm just not that good with spice.
Wow. Good.
Yeah. This is like an enjoyable spice. It's spicy, but it's not spicy. With some kimchi.
This is probably like 96 shoots. Instead of 12,000 shoots.
Oh my gosh, with the kimchi, it is so good. Holy cow. Here, let me get a good kimchi bite for you guys. Throw a kimchi on there. Ooh, don't splatter.
Wow.
So good. So
what are we talking about today?
today we're actually talking about very haunted things, places, and people.
Yes.
Which I'm kind of interested. This has been like a new obsession of mine.
Like this apartment.
Yeah, this apartment is definitely haunted. Okay, I've had sleep paralysis here so many times. Our hotel in France was haunted. It's just been a shit show everywhere I go. Maybe I'm the ghost.
You are haunted.
Maybe I'm haunted because it's been a little bit nuts, and I feel like I've kind of gotten to the point where in the beginning of my channel, I truly believed, hey, there are no such thing as ghosts, you know? They just don't exist. No ifs, thens, or but whats. You know, they just don't exist. But then now I'm like, wow, mukbangs exist. Anything can exist. I'm just kidding. No, but really, anything can exist, you know? I've gotten to like this new point in my life where I'm like, I'm having sleep paralysis. I never had sleep paralysis in my entire life. And then I got it for the first time once I moved in here. I got it in France like every night that I was there. And it was just so creepy. This entire just experience has been so wild that now I'm like, but maybe there are such things as haunted things and ghosts. But I think I'm also turning into like a weirdo. I feel like recently I've been more into like energy. You gotta surround yourself with good energy.
Oh my God.
Like I probably wouldn't sage the apartment.
So I should just stay away from you.
Like I probably wouldn't sage the entire apartment or anything, but I do realize that like if something bad happens to me in like a t-shirt that I'm wearing, or if I'm, you know, in a certain, listening to a certain song, or if I'm, you know, doing something particular and something very just not bad even, but like just out of the blue bad happens. You know, it's not like you were kind of expecting it. It's just kind of like a bizarre, why did that plate break all of a sudden type of thing, right? Remember, we moved in here and I had sleep paralysis, and one of the pot lids shattered out of nowhere in the kitchen. Just shattered everywhere into a bajillion pieces.
So you think that's haunted and that's spirit?
No, I don't think it's a spirit. I don't think it's haunted, but I do think maybe negative energy transfers, and maybe that pot was just filled with negative energy because I was cooking too much negative shit in there. I was like throwing in all this random bullshit in there, and it was like, listen, bitch, I want an organic chicken noodle soup and you keep putting ramen in me.
Well, that's a cool story to share with you then.
Really? So now that I'm like becoming an annoying energy person that lives in LA, I swear to God, if I ever spend more than $2 on a crystal, please punch me in the face. And then like next week I have a haul. I'm like, crystal haul! So it's like a thing. So now I'm like, okay, if energy exists, ghosts must exist. This is the stupidest conversation I've ever had.
Okay. So you're gonna tell me some stories that things or people or places that's haunted? Okay.
Or maybe it's just bad energy. It's up to you to decide, right? Because how can you really tell the difference if you don't know anything? So this first story starts with a painting called The Hands Resist Him, which by itself is already such a creepy name for a painting. And now this painting, I'm going to pop it up right here. Apparently, allegedly, if you look at it too long, you start to feel nauseous, you start to feel uncomfortable, you start to feel a little bit sad, maybe even a little bit scared. And I think that's highly reasonable, even if you don't believe in ghosts, because the picture itself, the portrait itself, is a very creepy portrait. So it's of a little boy. Just in case you're missing the little details, in case you're missing the little details of it, it's of a little boy who just looks kind of sad and dead, and he's right next to this doll who has hollow eyes. She's got this really dramatic, downturned, sad frown, and behind them is like this glass wall or a glass door, and you have all of these disembodied hands, just hands. You don't see the bodies that it belongs to, just hands trying to reach out and grab the both of them. Now, in the doll's hand, she has like this really weird electrical contraption with wires out of it. It looks like a device. I'm not entirely sure what it is. And so this painting hit the market in the weirdest way. It actually hit the market in Beverly Hills. It went into a private gallery, and they hung it up, and this man ended up buying it. Now, this man, his name is John Marley, not to be associated with Bob Marley, but his name is John Marley, and he's a Hollywood actor. And he ended up buying this painting. He looked at it and he thought, you know what? I like this. I'm going to put this. This was a while ago, a long time ago. And he said, I'm going to put this in my Beverly Hills home, right? So he takes it home. And the main reason that he even knew that this painting existed was because there was a very famous art critic by the name of Henry in LA who had written about this painting. Just how emotional but emotionless the painting was all at the same time.
Wow, that was something an art critic would say.
Exactly. Me, I'm like, the boy looks creepy.
The soup is delicious, yet not delicious at the same time. Spicy.
But not spicy at the same time. I love you, but I don't love you at the same time. I'm just kidding.
I don't love you, and I don't love you.
Honey! He had written about it. The gallery owner had it in his gallery, Beverly Hills. This actor walks in and is like, I love this painting. Purchases the painting, hangs it up in his house, and out of nowhere, within the next 2 to 3 years, the art critic passes away, not under natural circumstances of like, oh, old age. The gallery owner passes away, and then the actor passes away. And so this could very much be coincidence, you know what I mean? Because like a death could be a coincidence. But it was just very creepy for everyone to see this happening because it's like a very creepy painting. I'm sure if he had bought like a flower bouquet, you know, like those really feminine but also beautiful, you know, water pastel flower bouquet and the girls in the back, you know, like it probably wouldn't have started this entire conspiracy of this being haunted, right?
Yeah. I mean, they could.
Yeah, but because of how creepy the painting itself already was, and because he was an actor, this got such, like, really good publicity, and everyone was just very conflicted of, is the painting haunted? Because that's the only one common similarity all three of these people had. So they're all thinking about it, but nobody confirms it, because how can you confirm something like that? Until 2000. In 2000, there was an eBay posting that went up, and it was this painting, and they were accepting bidders, and it was going to go to the highest bidder. Now, here's the thing. The previous owners of this said, hey, this thing is haunted. Like, what we've noticed is in the middle of the night, the doll and the boy will start arguing, it almost seems like. And sometimes the boy looks like his facial expressions change in the middle of the night. Like, if you look at it in the dark, it goes from just expressionless to intense, palpable fear. He seems so scared.
Is he trying to sell this or not trying to sell
So
this?
then they're like, it's so haunted. Our little daughter is so terrified of it. The longer you have, the more haunted it feels like it's getting. We don't know what to do. We're selling it to the highest bidder. We want to get rid of it. And a lot of people were skeptical that this was a marketing ploy. This was their way of getting a really high bid because people tend to love haunted things.
Really?
There's a lot of hotels who make their entire income on the fact that it's haunted.
So, 3,000 likes, Stephanie will go to a haunted hotel. So this sold for a high price.
People thought it was a marketing ploy, right? And then the owners updated the eBay page. And they had written on there, do not bid for this painting unless you have paranormal experience or you don't mind being haunted, pretty much. And so that kind of threw people off, and not a lot of people bid. And so it ended up selling for, in 2000, it ended up selling for, I think, like a little over $1,000, which is not a lot for a piece of painting that big.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I was looking at buying, like, slowly starting to, like, decorate walls, right? Because I'm, like, trying to be an adult now, you know? When my parents come over, I like to be like, oh, you know, the only thing I haven't, like, look at this, you know? So I wanted to be very adulty. And I was looking, and everything is, like, $1,000 because the size. Why are you tickling my foot? And so I went for $1,000 to somebody in Michigan who is not hanging up it in their home, but they're keeping it in storage because they think over time it's going to get very expensive, which they already got really, really high bids for it.
What?
So they bought it in Michigan, and then people started hearing about it, and then everyone was like, we want it, we want it, we want it. But they came a little bit too late to the bidding party.
So how much did people try to buy it for now?
I mean, like tens of thousands.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they could be a good investment at certain times.
Yeah. Can't stop, won't stop, you know? And so that's kind of how it's sold on eBay to Michigan. Nobody else knows, you know, whenever they're going to sell it or if they've already sold it privately to somebody else. But the artist came out and described why he painted such a thing. And it's kind of even creepier when you hear the meaning behind it. It was kind of a self-portrait of when he was 5 years old because he was adopted. And he felt like he is that little boy who's lost, and this tormented doll is trying to navigate him through life, and he doesn't know if he can trust the doll. Meanwhile, on the other side of where he used to be are all these kids' little hands trying to be the ones to be adopted. Does that make sense? Very creepy, no?
So this artist told the story.
Yeah. And then people thought it was even creepier because now you're talking about disembodied children's hands on the glass walls, you know?
Right now, nobody knows where this painting is at.
No, but apparently, like, the whole legend behind it is the fact that the boy is so haunted that he has such strong emotions.
Yeah.
So the way that people see it is because the artist is still alive, and he said it was a self-portrait almost. Not necessarily a self-portrait, but based on a picture that was taken of him when he was 5 years old, when he was adopted or something like that. And so people believe when he was painting this painting, he had put in so much emotion, like he was so emotional, and the emotion transferred into the painting. And they believe that it lives in there now. And that's why you see this boy just looking so terrified at night, because when you're adopted, you're in this new home, you don't understand what's going on, you're scared at night. And maybe sometimes you fight with your dolls, the hands start to get creepy, and maybe they start scratching on the glass instead of just staying there. And so they're saying it was a transfer of energy and not so much, I sound like I'm on drugs. Yeah, but they said that it was a transfer of emotion. And that's why the painting is haunted.
So there's no more legends about, like, stories about it at the moment?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me tell you two of my stories.
He's like, okay, because I'm not scared enough.
So these two are real stories from the news. The first one is actually very interesting. There was this property. There's this apartment, right? This condo that was on the market for sale.
Okay.
And then this couple bought it for, I think, like 400 grand, right? This couple was maybe like in their 50s, okay? So they're older. And then they start hearing noises at night. And coming from the wall. Between the wall. So they will be sleeping and then the noise is just coming from the wall. They start looking around. They start checking out. Nothing. Ask the seller, ask the builder, ask everybody. Nothing. So they got so freaked out. Immediately they sold it. 2 weeks into it, sold it. And they want to get out of it so bad. They sold it for, I think they sold it for $320,000. They lost money.
So much money.
Yeah, they lost money, but they just want to get out of it. And then they sold it to a younger couple. This younger couple probably in their 30s. And they didn't know about it. So they got in there, and they start hearing the noise too. Same thing. They do the whole thing, whole shabil, everything, checking. Couldn't figure it out. And they're freaking out so much as well. And they're selling it too. 2 weeks later, they sold it too. to about 280,000. They just want to get out of it. This time they sold it to a young couple, probably in their 20s. This time is a lot cheaper.
And then he goes,
We bought a house, babe!
don't say it.
What would you do, huh?
I would literally punch you in the face.
That's it. So they sold it to a younger couple.
Okay.
They bought the place. They moved in, right? Same thing. The noise started happening at night. When they sleep, they were like, what the heck is this? But for them, this couple, luckily, they don't believe in ghosts and spirits. They're like, there's no way. There is something going on in this building that we just don't know yet. There's something going on. So they start just following the noise. You know, they will listen to the wall. They will follow the wall. They will open the doors, go into different rooms, and try to figure out what's going on. And then eventually,
Oh no.
they found out the noise come from a wall. So
They found people.
They found the wall, and they hear this noise coming from this wall, right? So they hire people, started breaking down the wall. They broke down the wall, and then in between the walls are empty spaces with water, sewer system, and all that kind of jazz, right?
Jazz.
Wire, and all that stuff.
Okay.
And then again, they're looking at this, like, there's nothing, and then they hear the noise again.
There's a water leak.
Realize the noise come from one of the
Pipes.
So that's so weird. What is making noise in this pipe? So they sewed this pipe opened it up, and the pipe was designed in a very interesting shape. I think it was a U shape. They opened it up. At the bottom of the U, there was a freaking fish. So the fish tail was just slapping on the pipe.
Serious?
Yes, and that fish was pregnant, so it just gave birth 10 more little fish. So they all inside the pipe. So when they found this, it went on news. Everybody
And
was like,
so you're saying people lost tens of
Yes.
thousands of dollars
Yes.
because
Yes.
some fish?
yeah. We're like, wow. I guess science sometimes, instead
It's
of...
sometimes science, I guess, makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
Like, once in a while, Bill is right.
Yeah.
What? Oh
this
my
not
god.
crazy?
That's insane.
Yeah. But you put Stephanie in there.
Dude, I would put the house on the market and you would be the one that demos the wall down.
Stephanie's gonna make like freaking 10 videos being haunted. I got one more.
Okay.
So,
That's kind of creepy. Yes.
again, true story. This was in the police station, right? They got a call. Somebody's like, oh my god, you have to come to check out this building. This building has some kind of energy spirit going on.
Okay.
What's been happening is that whenever anybody walk into that building, you're fine. If you walk in there, you're fine. But whenever you bring your dog to that building, the dogs, any dogs, will not step a foot in this building. Whenever they do go inside, they will cry and run out. And they refuse to go in. Every single dog. The police are, okay, that's really strange, right? Let's go check it out. They went over there. It's in a very beat down, very kind of like old and creepy neighborhood. Everything's kind of in the shades, right? They found the building, very old building, very dark. There's like wires everywhere and nothing's up to date. And then they were like, this is weird. They went inside. It's a little chilly inside because there's not a lot of people in there. Dark, shady, nothing going on, nothing different. It just feels a little creepy. But you don't see anything out of norm about it, right? He went to neighbor's house, borrowed their dog. It's a big golden retriever. Bring the dog, trying to walk into the building. The dog was fine, right? They walk. And immediately, as soon as he stepped into the building, the dog will step into the building and back out immediately, started crying, And he's like, oh my god, that is really weird. The dog was completely fine a second ago. And there's a saying of dog can see ghosts and see spirits. So everybody's like,
Yeah, I agree.
is it because the dog sense and feel something? He sends that dog back. He bring out a couple more dogs. Same freaking thing. Whenever they step their foot into the building, these dogs started to cry.
Do you believe in stuff like that?
I usually don't.
So you don't think dogs can like sense ghosts and
No.
like extra things?
No.
Really?
Yeah, but this story tells you otherwise.
Okay, but think about dogs that are not our dogs. Guys, if you guys have met our
don't know.
dogs, they can't even sense when they fart, okay? They're a little bit in their own worlds. They're more like pigs than they are dogs. So we can never think about our dogs. But think like Coco Le Coq's I have this very dainty chihuahua. She's 12 years old and she's very fancy now,
So if you bring Coco there, she will cry too. But this policeman, this cop, he doesn't believe in ghosts. He doesn't believe in spirit. He's like, There's gotta be an explanation to this. So he started, oh my goodness, let me tell you, he spent years trying to figure out what the heck is happening in this building. He tried everything. 2 years later, he found out.
I know what it is.
What is it?
There's a bunch of cats in there.
No.
Oh.
This building is so outdated. A lot of electric wire.
Yeah. Shut up. Mango? Are you talking about mango?
No.
Oh.
No. There's a lot of electric wires just kind of laying around.
Okay.
So there's electricity running around in the building on the ground. And
it was so creepy. I'm sorry. Okay, continue.
And people, you wear shoes. And it blocks electricity so you don't feel it. But these dogs are getting shocked by electricity.
Oh my god, no, they're getting electrocuted every time they step into the... Oh no! But you know what's so funny? I was thinking that this was going to be a mango story because if you guys watch my other channel, Miss Mango, but then like you guys see snippets of this in my freaking vlogs, but I have cables everywhere because we've got this lighting set up, we've got phone chargers, hair dryers, everywhere, right? So every household has a lot of cables and they're not like intense electrical cables. They're literally like MacBook chargers, okay?
Yeah.
And Mango is so terrified of these wires that if her ball skedaddles, if we put a wire like a phone charger, okay, no, that's too short. If we put a MacBook charger from this side of the living room to the other side of the living room, and it's not even elevated like a tripwire, it's just on the ground flat, she won't hop over it. And it's the type, a MacBook charger, guys. A laptop charger wire. She will not jump over it. She gets so crazy that she'll just sit there and she'll bark at it and she'll growl and she'll get so pent up. She'll have so much energy. I don't know what it is. Yeah. Do you think she's just been getting electrocuted by all of them? Like, what's going on? Is our voltage too high? Crazy.
So that's when people are saying, okay, whenever you see these type of things, either you can say spirit, ghost, energy, vibes, feng shui.
Vibes, feng shui. Vibes and feng shui, he said. Well, I think I'm in the middle of both. Leave it in the comments, which one are you? Do you guys believe in like, okay, it's when you see something a little bit off happening, are you immediately like, that's a ghost, right? Or are you like, okay, well, it's got to be scientific because this and this and this. That's more like you. He's more like, okay, logically, how did this happen? Yeah. And I think I'm a little bit of both. In the fact that I'm like, okay, this is some sort of energy and my brain is reacting this way because it's creating blah, 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 blah. So I don't think it's like a ghost, but I'm like, this happened and now all the lights went off and now my brain is scared of the dark because most humans are scared of the dark naturally, blah, blah, blah.
You're scared of ghosts, let's be real.
Okay, I'm also scared of ghosts. But like, I think I'm a little bit more in the middle. Like, I didn't think like, if I was scared of ghosts completely, I would have thought that Paris Hotel was so haunted. I mean, already I was reading about catacombs, so much rich, amazing history in that city, but the hotel that we stayed at truly wanted to embody historical France almost, and so they really made it very Parisian, very dim lighting, very secluded and quiet, and everything was kind of on the yellower side. And I know that my brain reacts to that as I should be creeped out just because I'm not used to it. In the States, everything's like the LED flashlight, come on, boo, like let's get it white lighting everywhere, you know, AC pumping, white lights everywhere, LED lights in the States. And so when I got there, I was like, okay, I know that my brain is not going to react well to this lighting because it's just so different and it's so much more dim that I think that's why I had sleep paralysis, not because there was actual ghosts there. But because my brain was like, oh, it looks like a place there would be ghosts. So I tricked myself into having. I sound like I'm really on drugs. And I promise I'm not. It's the shoe. The shoe got to me. The shoe.
The shit got to you, huh?
The shit got to me. The shoe. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm sorry I didn't finish the 12,000 bajillion burn your asshole, rip through your intestines noodles. I just felt like, you know, I didn't want to pay a doctor some more money. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!